Live from the O'Hara Construction Studio in downtown Jackson. It's the Bart Hawley Show. I'm David Rice, inviting you to join Bart and his guests.
From Northwest Community Schools Superintendent Jeff Bontrager. From the City of Jackson Engineering Department, Jeff Crow. Realtor from ERA Reardon, Jenna Shimaleski. Meet the JTV staff with David Rice. And from Community Action Agency's Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, Katie Anderson and Mike Fingus.
And now, here's Bart.
Thank you very much, David Rice. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the show. I hope your new year is off to a good start. Today, it's a little dreary. 37 is our current temperature, and for the rest of the afternoon, that's where we're likely to stay. Steady temperatures throughout the day today, and periods of showers. By about 4 o'clock, we should be done with that. And winds will be picking up a little bit later on. Already we've had quite a bit of rain, 4/10 of an inch, and we could pick up another 1/10 of an inch this afternoon. Showers tonight in the evening, fog again, windy, low 33. Wednesday, cloudy, but they will move out of the way for the sun, and things will warm up to 40, even warmer on Thursday, but showers back. And on Thursday and Friday, the showers are expected to be heavier, resulting in more precipitation. And with the snow melt, we could see some flooding. Warm on Thursday, 52, and the warm weather continues on Friday, 47, still above normal on the weekend, 41 for Saturday, and Sunday, 31. So warm up through the early weekend is our forecast from Kelly Express. Thanks, Kelly Express, for sponsoring the weather here and on JTV.tv. And right now, Kelly Express has savings on your favorite snacks like Mojo. What's Mojo, Brandon?
Is it a type of granola bar?
It could be.
I have no clue.
I think they know upstairs. They do not know. The Mojo is on sale for $3.99. And you know those fine Ferris nut people from Detroit's Eastern Market? Well, they have a nut mix, a beer nut mix that's on sale at Kelly Express for $5.99, the craft beer mix. And Welch's Fruit Snacks, everyone loves them, 2 for $5. Stock up on all your favorite treats at Kelly Express. South Street, Jefferson Road, Grass Lake, Napoleon County Farm, and Michigan and Robinson have the full-service restaurants for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks in between all day long at Kelly Express. I think we can look outside and see that we can barely see. This is real? This is live?
This is live.
This is live. It's foggy.
A little bit.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, visibility as of 12 noon at the Jackson County Airport was a half mile, and I'm going to just go out on a limb and say it's less.
I would think so.
Yeah, I think we can see. I don't think we can see anything, but that's what's happening. Let's see, the 6th of January. Already, here we are, January 6th. It is Apple Tree Day, National Bean Day, National Shortbread Day, National Take Down the Christmas Tree Day, and Epiphany. Epiphany is the Christian feast that celebrates God coming into the flesh as Jesus Christ, and it's also a day that traditionally is the end of the season of Christmas. So yeah, the tree comes down. Mine still up. Is yours still up?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Give it a few more days. It was on this day in 2021. It was that mob 5 years ago. The mob stormed the Capitol 5 years ago today. On some lighter notes, in 1968, the Beatles' album Magical Mystery Tour went #1 and stayed there for 8 weeks. Going way, 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 way back to 1540, Henry VIII married Anne of Cleves, sight unseen. He didn't know what she looked like, so he commissioned an artist to paint a portrait so he could see what she looked like. So this is the actual portrait. It's in the Louvre right now, and it's hanging there. It's a famous painting, and Henry VIII looked at it and he said, "Yeah, I'll marry her. She's a fetching."
Like their version of online dating, I mean.
It's the
their version of
Tinder of the 1500s. So he said, "Okay, I'll marry her. She looks pretty nice." But when he first met her, he is said to have exclaimed, "I like her not," and that she had evil smells. And I think a lot of people back in the 1500s didn't smell that good. and so this was in January. They got married. By July, it was over. He had the marriage annulled. Poor Anne.
What happened to her when the marriage was over?
I don't know.
Did she just disappear?
She maybe went on to somebody else. I don't know. On this day in 1994, Olympic hopeful Nancy Kerrigan, she was at an ice rink in Detroit. She was practicing for the Olympics. 2 days before the Olympic trials, a man came up with a lead pipe and whacked her in the knee. So she cried out in pain and bewilderment, and she started crying, and she had to pull out of the Olympic trials. A week later, we found out that the woman on the left, also a figure skater, Tanya Harding, her ex-husband/boyfriend, paid a guy to whack Nancy Kerrigan in the knee so that Tanya Harding could win the Olympics. True story.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
There's all kinds of movies. I'm sure Lifetime has made a movie 20 times on this. So they went on eventually, Tanya Harding, she was not, they couldn't really connect her to, but they did. They were able to charge her with being implicated in the plot, and she ended up paying a $100,000 fine and 500 hours of community service. They went on, both Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan went on to skate for the U.S. team in the Olympics, and it didn't go well for Tanya Harding. She had become, she was disgraced because her sleazy ex-husband did this to her competitor. And when she got out on the ice, she stopped because one of her skates came untied. So that began a meltdown. She started crying. She put her foot up in front of the judges, and it just became a disaster. She didn't place, but Nancy Kerrigan did. She got a silver medal. And they went on to do personal appearances together. I guess they kissed and made up. But it all began in Detroit on this very day in 1994. And oh my gosh, one of the longest running game shows in television history, and it's still on the air now, Wheel of Fortune premiered on NBC, and this is a still from the pilot. And this is what the set looked like. And it was all about prizes. They had a bunch of prizes. And in the middle, there's Chuck Woolery, who was the original host. There was no letter turner at the time in the pilot, just him. And the wheel was behind him, and he spun the wheel. And then the three contestants there seated on casual furniture, they would guest letters, and they would appear on that board, that beautiful orange board.
We always talked about doing a game show, TV show here. I think I'm envisioning how it's going to look.
That's what
now.
It would look like.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Just got to get that carpet.
Yeah.
I
So
like
the
it.
prizes were like chairs and dinettes and things like that. Susan Stafford, the letter turner, didn't show up for a while, but that was the pilot. They made some changes over the years. Of course, Pat Sajak had the longest tenure along with Vanna White, and Vanna outlasted Pat because now Vanna's still on the show with Ryan Seacrest. All that happening on this January 6th in history. Now, today in the J, brought to you by Experience Jackson. Kind of quiet day today, not a lot going on. It's like, what are we going to do? Nothing to do. There's not much to do. We do have a couple of things going on right now, a blood drive at the Brooklyn branch of the Jackson District Library that goes until 2:30 this afternoon. Also happening at the Brooklyn branch of the JDL, it's Tech Help Tuesdays. Need help with your phone, your tablet, or your laptop? At CES this week in Las Vegas, there's a new phone. It's not just foldable. It folds like a three-panel brochure. It's a trifold phone. So maybe you got some new technology for Christmas and you're not sure how to make it go. You're invited to Tech Help Tuesday, every Tuesday at the Brooklyn branch of the Jackson District Library. We've got Trivioki at the Honky Tonk at Oak and Iron tonight. Trivioki is a mashup between trivia, music trivia, and karaoke. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to do it. It starts at 7 o'clock tonight. The trivia is first, then karaoke. Oh, I guess it's back to back.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't see how you could do them together, but Trivioki tonight. Oak and Iron, 7 till 10 at the Oak and Iron, 3rd floor, 151 West Michigan Avenue in downtown Jackson. And that is it today in the J, brought to you by Experience Jackson. We've got some things coming up later this month. Be sure and check out experiencejackson.com. You might want to go see a show at Jackson College. Three Dog Night has been rescheduled for later this month after they had to cancel, I think in November. But we do have a number of events coming up. Get them on your calendar at experiencejackson.com. High school sports in full swing, and last night JTV Sports crew out and about, including at this game, whereas it's not Grass Lake, it must have been at Mendon. Clinton, yes, of course, Clinton. It was the Warriors of Grass Lake losing to Clinton 45-40 in a low-scoring, hard-fought game. Other games last night, Concord beat Leslie, Michigan Center over Western. Trey Collins led the Cardinals with 16 points. And Cranbrook Kingswood beat Lumen Christi, 58-57 in a tight game in a girls basketball. Battle Creek St. Philip over Jackson Christian in overtime, 46-42. Be sure and check out jtv.tv for the Center for Family Health Sports Scoreboard every day. And be sure and check out jtv.tv at night. Following the games, we have photographers and videographers out and about covering winter sports all week long, all season long here on JTV. Great lineup of guests on today's show, starting with the superintendent at Northwest Community Schools. Jeff Bontrager is in. We'll hear how the first day of back to school went yesterday. We have from the City of Jackson, Department of Engineering, Jeff Crow. There are some projects that are in development, construction-wise. Jenna Shemleski will be here from ERA Reardon. We continue our annual feature, Meet the JTV Staff, and today it's David Rice. And from Community Action Agency's VITA program, Katie Anderson and Mike Fingus. They're looking for volunteers to help people with their tax returns. All this here today on JTV. Great to have you here. And we get started with Superintendent Bontrager right after this.